All right, good morning. Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is day one back. I should say day one. I'm in, where am I? Let's take a quick look. Pull this off screen so you don't see the login information. All right, so this is my current combine loading. Not a great combine, not a, just, it's a reset. Low, high, current. That was, actually, I believe that might have been my very first day in the combine. Yeah, this reads differently now, but this is day one here. Taking almost a $500 loss. I stopped myself that day and then accumulated so net profit, there it is. These reports are a little bit different, so I'm getting used to them again. All right, so really not a great profit and loss going on right now. You can see my average win to average loss isn't so great. There's not been a lot of great movements. There's been a lot of losing movements. I think this is the day that I actually started off with a winner and then turned it into a losing session. Not a very good day that day for me. Winning trade percentage is 60%, so that's not bad. Winning day percentage is 80%, but when you take a $500 hit on a losing day, it makes coming back a lot harder. You can see there's my winning day right there, 516.70 in step 2 on this reset. And I've taken time off, right? So I've got 5 days in. I have 5 more to qualify to get to the pro funded account. And there's the average statistics right there. So all right, so that's that. Actually, let's pull out Forex Factory and the CME price limits. We need to know that. Although the price limits have been, energy market hasn't been, it went up to 41 and change overnight. Where is it at? Right, 40.63. So let's just plug that in. So what that would mean right now, one of the new rules at Top Step Trader is to be out of the market if it would run 13% of the price limit. That was a new rule they instituted. So to me today, that means that you have to be up at 45.91 or the low 35.35. Here's your ADR right now, 1.75, coming out with one R at 18 and a 3P target is 64. So actually warrants being able to trade 2 here if there was a good signal, because our ADR is actually low now. Here's what's on the calendar for today, nothing. Looking at the calendar overall, Doesn't even show the crude oil inventory report at all. That's weird. That is strange. Showing it for the 15th, but not showing it. Should come in at 10 a.m. on Thursday. So I'm assuming it's still good for the 10 a.m. mark on Thursday. That's because there was a holiday in the States. Oh, there it is. The inventory's on Wednesday. All right. Now, the 4th. I was wondering, I was looking for it on Thursday because of the holiday in the States, and there it sits in front of me on Wednesday. So tomorrow is the inventories at 9:30. So I'm getting adjusted to this right now as we're looking at it. We're looking at 8:37 in the morning, my time, 7:37. I start really looking at the market at 8. This was actually a number that was set a while ago. This was from when I was trading. What I want to do is actually get rid of all my trend lines. And the way you do that is hit the X button. And I have to re-add in my 500 line and my 1000 line down below. What I do on that is 502 is close enough. Is scroll back until I see where there's 1000 and 1005 is okay. Let's go with that. Change the color. I can scroll back to where I have a volume that shows both of them, which actually it's right here. From July 7th, you see a red bar. We have 1000 bar coming in at 1:01 a.m. This up here is the current high, 41.05. What we want to check right now is what is the, let's go ahead and put a line up on that though. Let's get, what do we want? Let's put a trend line up here against this high. That's where the market has topped out last. That would be on July 6th at 10:30, 10:35 yesterday. And this is the bottom of the range on Monday. Let's do something here though. I want to see this in play. See, it's kind of amazing when you look back at it, how lines hold. Without knowing anything about the market itself, I can see that this is a significant point the first time we went under the pivot from the high. So this was the high that rotated up, and this is the, if we would go out and look, let's grab this and move it down to an hourly chart. It's easy to see the market on an hour. You can see this is what I'm looking at right here. So I'm looking at this high against this first swing that comes off of it. Now, what I'm getting at is which is the wave pattern here. Is this the 0.1, the 2, and we're in 2 to 3 right now? Is this 3? We're going up for 4, 4 to 5 down. So That's part of what I'm thinking. Or was this the 5 point here, 0, 1, 2, or ABC correction, and now we're going back up? So that's kind of the thought process that's going in my head right now. And I'm getting adjusted back to the market. Grabbing our 15-minute chart. This is what our 15-minute is telling us right now. So looking back a few days, kind of like no reaction here for a while. And this is typical in a market that doesn't know what it wants to do. Independence week can be a tough trading week. That's why I take it off. There's no reason that, I mean, how do you know this is going to happen? You don't. There's another movement right at 9 a.m. This movement happened at 4:30 a.m. or afternoon. Is that the afternoon? Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning. July 1st. This happens July 2nd at 9. Here's July 6th. See a movement at 2:15 a.m. Boom, boom. So this is what we're looking at right now. So this is pushing it on low volume up. Same movement that we saw in the hourly chart, just moved into 15-minute bars. And this is what we're looking at right now, right? So it does warrant to put a Fibonacci retracement on here, because I think we're approaching the 50% or close to it. You can just eyeball that and see that we were close to that 50% retracement based upon this low. So possible points coming up here. Here's this line supporting. So we'll keep that on our 15-minute chart. And then we have our 10-minute foundation chart. I'm going to work on the next course at some point in the future. But this is what we see here. So what we got going on here? Our 50 bar underneath our 200 bar. We have our 9 EMA above. I don't have the 100 bar on here, but it would be smack dab in the middle of these two. And we can see when's the last time that we started counting. Oh, I might have cleared it. There it is. Challenging it. Breaking through. Get rid of this. There's that top. So let's put it up there. Right about there. So this is the same thing that we looked at the hourly, the 15-minute. Here's your 10-minute look of what that looks like. So here's your Williams percent R coming down through here, coming up. Nothing here, so this is that. So let's use this here. Since this is the high, let's use that arrow there. We use this, but this made lower. this went lower still. And that went lower still. Alright, so I'll grab that trend line. So I'm used to grabbing that instead of the arrow. So we have this. This is that high of that swing. So there's your 0, 1, 2. Here's your 2 to 3. Here's your 4 and 5. So I used to grab that trend line. Here's your 0, maybe 1, 2 in there. That doesn't count. 2 through here still. This more looks like 3. All this is 4, 5. 5 still. Still 5 here. I mean, extended uptrend. All right, so if we call this 0, got a 0, 1, 2 already. Possibly 3 here. Possible 4 on the charts right now. We have a 4 to 5 that we might be able to trade today. All right. So I want to make that one bigger. I'm going to make this arrow bigger to let me know that that's possible 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, possible 4 here. And it might continue to come up. This is the 3 point, excuse me, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Possible 4 still forming. So that's our look so far. Swings up to pivot. And this could just be the low put in before we make a new high too. How much activity are we going to have in front of the inventory port? Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, so looking at our trading chart, what do we see? We see our lows here, see our watching this high to high, and then the down move. Volume speaking. There's that 1 o'clock that we were talking about. There's your highest volume bar coming in at 101. But, you know, it's probably worth today waiting for a blue high spike volume bar, or maybe even a no volume, no interest. That they're hard to come by and hard to see. All right, when I see something to do, I will be back. Right now, I don't see that. I want to wait at least the 8 o'clock open to see what the market's looking like. Oh, I also need to fix this, right? This was back from the last time I traded. So this is kind of interesting. Let me show you this. We could actually set up our two contract trade today with this being so low. That puts 1/2 hour roughly at about 9 and 1 hour at 18. So we can set up, remember which button to push here. CL sell. Sell 2. We want to buy back 1 at 9. Buy back the second at, I think it was 18. Let's double check that. Yeah, 18. All right, so 1.5 R. That was R. 1.5 P today is 32. Hello?
Hi, this is Sal. Is this David?
Speaking.
David, this is Austin here.
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good. You should be with this for estimate, is that correct?
I was looking at it. Yes.
Yes, we're going to make the most of your area.
Home, when was it built?
Yeah.
About 16, 17 years ago.
There's no one at home.
We've been the original homeowner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We moved in, yeah,
Okay. Is this one or two-story home?
2-story with a basement.
Is it just the one layer on there then, or?
Yeah, it's one layer with a little bit of a peak on the front side.
Okay. And I hope to ask when you can come out there, is we can be respectful, call it, but first names, do you have a spouse that we can address as well, or is it just you?
My spouse is Janice.
Janice, okay? What's some of you guys both typically know works with the best day to come?
Mondays and Tuesdays are normally the days that work best for us.
Monday and Tuesdays. How does next Tuesday? Why you a little day or?
Uh, Hold on, just give me a second here. I apologize, I had that call come in. That was looking to put a new roof on our home. So that was that. So you saw me set up the sell. We'll go back through it again. Sell into our risk 9 on one, 18 on the second. $27. That's not a bad one to be risking. I think 8 o'clock just hit. 1.5p initial target is 32, and the 3p target was 64. It's like a 96 tick win versus a 27 tick loss if the right signal comes on the board. We want to test this though quickly, make sure that it works. Yeah. And I'm not looking to buy. All right, so we want to fix this. I mean, I'm not looking to buy 2 contracts. I'll sell 2, but I won't buy 2. And then that was 64. So this right here, what you're looking at is if I decide to go 1, and here's if I decide to go 2. If you do it this way, you got to be careful that this comes back the way you want it, so it doesn't bill you like an open order. A market order. Which it looks like maybe they've corrected that from the past. Now, if you do switch contract, that's one thing I wanted to look at. You have 82,000 volume. It's the second week. It shouldn't be switching, but let's just double check. 4035. Now we're right on active contract. Let me go off screen and look and see where September is. Yeah, September's trading at 40.48. August is trading at 40.41 right now there. Okay. So we're still in. I don't want to switch this. If I push this button, I'm not sure if my sell will come correctly or not. So I don't want to push this, but this is the current contract still. August. All right, I'm still going to pause here and wait. On the one side, let's look at where we are. We're trading at pivot. We've been there several times, so I'm actually expecting a push through pivot. Next line of resistance above pivot is around the Fibonacci number 4062. And like I said, I don't want to get in a hurry to trade. I kind of want to watch the market. If I see a volume spike, that'll get me more excited. Just because you're ready to trade doesn't mean the market's ready to trade. You need both to be ready. So obviously I'm ready, and the market doesn't look like it's ready to be traded one way or the other yet. So it's either it's accumulating or it's distributing at the pivot point. Might be accumulating to make a push up. Honestly, it might wanting to make a push up to go to the highs as well, right? There's R1. There's our high of July 6th. There's R2. We do have a head and shoulders pattern here. High to high has been lower, lower, lower. Neckline break is roughly right here. Let's get a horizontal line on that neckline break. Roughly in here. So let's, you know, it might take a stab at it below the 34 mark, the neckline break. Here's our momentum indicator I'm using a little bit, right? And here's our Williams percent R. Still showing that it's a weaker short, weaker long than it is a short. So it looks like a shorting opportunity when you're looking at the momentum versus percent R. All right, pause. If I get filled, I'll be back. Or if I remove. Now I'll remove it if we start making new highs here. Close to getting filled here. Got within one tick. Let's move to 32. See if this neckline break will work for us. I don't like being on 40.50, so we'll call it 40.49. So 40.32 entry point. All right, so we're at the $40 handle. On one, we'll go 40.01. Going through the low. Our GAN signal is 3971, so we're going to go with that. That's the magic number. So we're going for with this, and we're going with might not make a difference there, right? All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. So I'm hoping that we got the 4 to 5 timed out here. That's what I'm hoping for. This is our 4 point, and we're going 4 to 5, making new lows. So that's what we're looking for right now. That's why I was okay with going with 2 contracts. All right, so let's measure here. 40.32, 41.1 is a 1p down move from entry point. A 3p move from the swing high is 40.48, so let's put that in there. Put it in at 39.84. So we'll keep that in mind as we're coming down. Let's actually go ahead and mark the charts there. Honestly, if the market gets above this level here, we should be out. One contract really hasn't boogied. I like to see it move quickly in my favor. A true down move should not look back. especially head and shoulders neckline break. That should boogie. So 4 to 5, going after our GAN number 3971, being very aggressive on one, break even on the second. Might be able to use our turtle side of the trade today. That'd be pretty cool. So one, I'm really trying to get off between 40.01 to 40.11. When you take on extra risks, you got to be extra cautious about how you go about taking on the trade. Hopefully we can withstand this first up push. It's too early for that up push right now. Now this could be just a down finishing before we go back up to pivot too. Don't forget that we're playing inside what is a long movement since we had that thing way back in April, right? May contract. It's been very violent down though, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice violent down move before it recovers. This will allow us afford us to keep our second at break even. We'll net out 3 ticks on 2.
Natural history of this archipelago is very remarkable. It seems to be a little world within itself.
Exploration, we have discovered a natural wonder of the world. There is no doubt that
Didn't want to go. See if the second wants to run. We're going to be going after that 39.71 still. No, didn't want to run. All right, switching back. Not a nice night. That wasn't a really good neckline break. That should have moved a lot quicker, a lot faster down if it was true. I'm okay with being out. Pausing. All right, so here's us exiting right here. Here's the swing up. It holds. One word of caution, though, is we got here is what I call a GAN signal here. Not I, but the GAN called it this, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting here off of this low that was posted back here until we see probably a high blue bar volume. It's about the only thing that's going to get me involved in a trade right now. I'm not going to get involved in this junk here even if it does roll my way, because I like this head and shoulder break right there. That was the best chance, humbly speaking, the market could have went down, and it was at the 8 a.m. mark, and that's inside my trading plan. I'm okay with that. This here is not in my trading plan, and there's no volume to speak of to want to trade that. So we traded the open and nothing really to come of it. All right, I'm going to pause. We'll look at it a little bit later. All right, if it fails here, we're only going to go with one contract, but it'll be a failure line here of this GAN signal. I really believe that we're going to go up to pivot. But what do I know? I believe that that's the move that's going to happen. You might go back up to that 40.62 line. That's up there. It's a Fibonacci number. You know, I just don't like that. Getting rid of it. Pause. All right, so it's making that push up. Let's see where it goes. It's what I can call a controlled down move. I guess basically the whole market would call that controlled down move. Here's your, I guess if you were brave enough to trade it, you're coming in long here. Which I just didn't see volume Guess there was volume here to buy it. I need more proof of the got a head and shoulders. Look at this right here though. This is kind of interesting. See it, I'm seeing it after the fact, but that's kind of cool. How does that go here? There's your equal low, or double bottom on that move, and then you see this and that, justifying a long signal right there, coinciding with again fourth time. All that working together, that's a 4. Alright, I'm going to pause here, see what we go next. Alright, so here's an interesting setup coming up. Here's that push to the Fibonacci number, push back to pivot. Here's your volume numbers. But it didn't get above, well, it didn't get above settlement line. Settlement held. I'd like to see it push above settlement, but we'll see if that is correct or not. So here comes your GAN side number on the other way coming through. Actually, I want to use that right there. 1, 2. Guess we could use if I see something, I'll let you know. Right now, I don't see it. So here's this push and the highs in range. All right, I'm going to take it on right here. All right, don't like it getting out. I don't know where my lines went. Oh, you know, lines are on the other chart. That's why. My horizontal lines are gone here. Because I put it on the 333 chart. I'm like looking, where's my horizontal lines at? They're not there because I was using the other chart. Kind of cautious trader coming back after a break. I guess that's pretty standard for me. Red's offsetting the blues. Even if I was in it, I'd be out of it now, it looks like. Alright. Looks like the true move right now is long. This was the best chance for it to short right there, I believe, at the Fibonacci number against the volume, and then you see supporting volume here. So I'm going to stand aside for now. I'll be back if I see something extreme related, but I think this is a market that could hang out at the pivot or go up, but I don't see much of it going down right now. Now I really want to trade the 4 going to 5. Alright, pushing the high.
Okay,
What?
I'm going down to do that and clean it up and then clean the car. And then if she calls and I'm gonna leave, okay?
Okay.
I'll go.
What?
I love you.
Love you.
Okay.
Alright, on a 15-minute chart, here's what it looks like. No sign of it slowing down. You just, Dr. Burns would call this kamikaze in the market. I don't want to try to pick this off right now. This is where I lose a lot of my money. Trying to pick that high without volume, it's kind of senseless right now. We'll stand aside, and if I see it, I'll be back. We have a possible signal here. It's 72, 73. Looking at Williams percent R, the momentum indicator. We got our Gann signal here that can come down. Breaks here, I'm going to be done. Unless I see high volume.
It is best to be cautious when you first add a new doing
going to go with a 1R stop on this trade. Honestly, we don't want it to get above the high. This might finally be our 4-point. Don't want to risk a lot on this trade. I want to see it move quickly my way. I don't know. I'm gun shy today. Probably got a little bit too close to it right there. I'm just a little bit gun shy right now. My confidence level will come up again. It's I'm playing a short into this though. I went back anyway. All right, I'm good with that. I can't second guess my judgment. I'm gonna pause here. Most likely I'm done. I'm done for day one here. Pull 4 ticks on 4 trades. I guess playing a down and an up, trying to pick off a 4-point that's just not there. Probably need to see a high volume spike before we see any significant downward move. So it's time to pause until we see it done. And I'm at 4 trades. Remember, nothing good happens after 5. Leaves 1 left. All right, so let's look at this. I got short here. The market moves back to here, but not above 85. So that's what I have to be comfortable with doing, is holding even 84, 83, holding this, and then obviously being out of it by now on the retracement off of the pivot point. So, and if you measure 40.85, a 1.5p from 85 is 53. So that would most likely be your exit on the way back up. Or a couple ticks over the blue line. I'd say around 57, 59. So let's just air to 59. Got to get accustomed to these low trade-off trades right now because the volatility is really down. 73, 59. Getting a 1.5p move to 53 would have been awesome. So that would be basically max profit on the hair side of the trade. Best chance for the turtles where we came in at the 8 o'clock, whenever I was at the 8 o'clock mark, or whenever that was, right around here. Here's the hair side of the trade we put on at 32. That's the best chance for it to run there. So it works. Just and I saw it. I just got to have more confidence. And obviously, I wanted to have a winning day on my first day back, and knew the volatility was lower. I didn't want to take a loss unnecessarily, but I should have held this one a little bit more. I wanted to see it move quickly in my favor, and I jumped that a little too early. I should have been willing to accept up to here. All right, that's going to do it for me for the day. It's Dave Knight here from 123 Day Trade. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Just glad I got a winner on the day. Look for something better tomorrow off the inventory report. Bye for now.